While CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference, brings together lawmakers and conservative leaders for the annual event. More than 19,000 people attended last year's gathering. Here to give us a preview of this year's conference is Ian Walters, Director of Communications for the American Conservative Union. Ian, welcome to the show. So what are some of the key items on this year's conference agenda?
Well, we're going to begin the main stage program tomorrow. Of course, Vice President Mike Pence is the center of the schedule at 11:50. We'll end the conference this year on Saturday, and around 3 o'clock p.m. we'll close with President Donald Trump. All the way in between, we're going to have several members of the administration, cabinet officials, thought leaders, members of the media, to do all sorts of programming that we think it's important to cover with the thousands of grassroots activists that come here to CPAC every year.
How significant is this year's conference, especially as we get closer to the 2020 elections?
As you can imagine, 2020 is a big year. We plan on breaking records attendance-wise. We've got a record number of members of the media covering this event. In addition to that, the American Conservative Union and CPAC has been hosting international events throughout the world, not just across America. So there's a new level of international interest in this year that's very interesting, that I think reflects exactly what's happening in America today, this notion that we're potentially on the verge of America becoming a socialist nation here in just a few months, depending on the results of the election, has a lot of folks, not just in America, concerned, but across the world. I think it's a reminder that America, especially when it comes to questions of religious liberty, is a beacon of hope for folks across the world. The notion that a free people can govern themselves and can push back against dictatorships and tyrannical regimes.
Ian, I know that you're moderating a panel today on how not to communicate with undecided voters. What's important to keep in mind when having those discussions?
Well, the folks who are going to be featured on that panel are some of the top communicators in the business. Each one of them has their own unique and personal style. Some of them are seasoned in the sense that they've gone on networks like CNN and been outnumbered 8-1. And so what we want to communicate to the folks that attend CPAC is, how do you keep your composure? Another one is more of a personal storyteller and is well versed in the ways of being able to share personal experience and persuade people that way. Another person is a soundbite expert that's going to show all of the activists who are here how, for when their cameras are on them, how to speak succinctly and in a way that is good for the way reporters cut things in this day and age.
Ian, I know you mentioned a number of the guests that you're going to have there at CPAC. Anything else that might be of interest to our viewers?
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but the theme, we have a theme every year. The theme for this year's CPAC is America versus Socialism. We really do believe that the folks who attend our event are concerned with the future of America. They're concerned enough to come and stand together this week here at the end of February near Washington, D.C. to make their voice heard. One of the wonderful things about this event is that it's an opportunity for everyone to reconnect, to be with each other. And we know that we're really having an impact. Once this event ends, everybody goes home. They've learned and absorbed new techniques about how to be effective organizing within their community. And we're going to keep an eye on everybody and hope everybody stays in touch and supports one another throughout the year. That's really the point of this thing.
Well, Ian, we really appreciate your time today. Thanks for being with us. Ian Walters, Director of Communications for the American Conservative Union. Thank you again.
Have a blessed Ash Wednesday. We're running off to services right now.